Look how clean that chain is, dude. Matt Hurley, man, you're the man. This came off your C6Z06 long time ago, and it's still kicking.
I like your, you got a nice workbench here, a nice parts cleaner.
I gotta hurry up and get done before Juan get. Oh, Juan's here. This Josh is waiting on Juan. That's my table. A little brake clean. Got my arcs here.
You got the oil pump out here or no?
No, it's on the table over there.
All right. So Jeremy came down earlier. We want to try to get the handbrake in roughly that position in front of the shifter. Thought is he can load it on the handbrake at the starting line, slip off of it, and he'll be right on the shifter to go from first to second. And this thing has a super short first gear. So I'm gonna work on making a bracket for that and see if we can get that mounted up there.
All right, today's my lucky day. Jamie happened to be next door here, and we're going through some stuff that we had some problems on with Katertot. Now, we were making some really aggressive 60 foots, getting everything straightened away, and then we had our fuel enrichment problem. So with our fuel enrichment problem, Jamie's going through and checking some things out, saying, hey, maybe this might be it, trying to smooth everything up. We can always, at worst, revert back to the original tune of what we had, but we had made some small changes, and we kind of felt like, hey, this would be the way to go. So I'm learning some Honda stuff here, but I'd really, let somebody that is good at and fluent at what they do their job. So that's a lesson that I've had a hard time learning way back when, but I definitely stand by that now.
At least you're doing it. You're just diving right in here doing it, man. And just knowing the quick keys and everything and knowing how to get through it.
Yeah, I mean, I was pleased with some of the stuff that we did, and it felt like a noticeable pickup of torque down low.
Yeah.
Actually, let's check that out.
So those waves up there, without having a data log, it's hard to tell, but if your boost wasn't fluctuating or anything and your fuel looks pretty good, that's something I'd probably start looking at your cam angles, and that's like
5700
which 5700 is where it takes that big
it's a large
jump.
Yeah.
From 38 to 30. So that's where you can start, interpolating this down some, maybe bringing this up a little bit. It could go either direction, and you might find a bunch of power right there. Because see, it kind of starts hugging down.
Yeah,
and
it actually looks
up,
like that's a drop, right there. Yeah.
where it comes from that higher angle down. So that's, you can even do this right here and interpolate it to where, see, it comes out, but just a lot more gradual.
Yeah. Now, see, I thought it might have been spark advance, and I moved the spark advance ever so slightly, had very marginal results.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have small pickups there, and I would probably attribute the only pickups that we have in that area right there because of that. But I was like, we're talking a half degree to a degree, and I didn't want to lean on it too hard. We've got an E85 with a C16 blend, so we've got a pretty high, pretty high average octane.
And then I showed you how to kind of go through and check the fueling between the different cam angles so you don't have big jumps, with copying, keeping it real close, like pick a number here, make sure when you go to 30, the number's pretty close.
Okay. Yep.
Now you will, when you start actually tuning each of those cam angles, you might start seeing you need a little variance.
Yeah.
But starting off, kind of fresh with it, you don't want a big variance, especially without a data log.
Yeah.
Because you could be that lean spot when you shift gears. It could just be the difference between the 30 and the 20 degree map. Whereas you're trying to pull it out of the 30 degree map or give it in the 30 degree map and you're not doing anything.
So I'm like not even in the right zone altogether. So I see exactly what you're saying.
So if you make it all the same to start off with here, then you can make a change on one, move it to all of them.
We'll try and we got a lot of work to do here. If you hang around long enough, we'll try and get you go for a ride here. So
heck yeah.
Earlier when you guys saw Jamie and he was helping me out a little bit with the tune here, both him and Brent said, hey, look, one of the things that you absolutely have to do is you really need to be able to get a handbrake in order to load the drivetrain instead of shocking it. So Laz has tackled this. I sat in it a little bit earlier and I was busy with something else. I forgot to film some stuff. So Laz is been really busy and gotten very far very quickly. We're kicking around the different positions and what we're gonna do, where we're gonna put it and all that.
I mean, you were looking at stuff over here. I think we even tried there. I think we tried like this.
Yeah, like the OE handbrake type thing.
And you're worried about going from first to second.
all these other positions didn't really seem totally right. But if we're right here, I think it's an easier transition to go into second. So it's just, it seems weird. I've seen other people do it and all that, and I've never done it personally. So
go through and tell them everything you gotta think about doing.
We absolutely love this K-Tune shifter. However, its positioning is a little bit funky. So whenever I'm driving, I'm hitting in like 4 spots. Here, here, right here, and my foot is also hitting a little right there. Yeah. So now my foot's hitting there too now, but I'm hitting right here and my knee as well, and it's just not all that comfortable for this. So I'm trying to make the best out of it. Realistically, we probably need a smaller wheel. So this is all good. So
your hand shoves your knee into the steering wheel.
Yeah. So there's just not a lot of real estate in here, plain and simple. We arrived at this right here. Looks like this is going to be the best overall. So I got to hold my 2-step. I got to go wide open throttle, try not to knock that off. And then while I'm doing that, I'm got to be holding the brake. I got a feeling I'm going to mess up a handful of times before I kind of get this whole mechanism out. It's what needs to be done in order to really get this thing to really be able to leave and live.
Yeah.
So, I mean, getting it to leave, we were starting to get that figured out, but we haven't figured out how to make it live yet. So hopefully we can keep it from shocking the drivetrain and snapping axles.
You won't have that much time between first and second gear though.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Check this out. I got to use my swag off-road brake.
Oh,
I
sweet.
haven't been able to use it too many times. A nice little tight bend on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna run one more brace coming off the front of this because you're gonna be, pulling back on this, and we're gonna run
a little bit of.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna move this forward and put all 4 into this, but we need to have something strapping it forward, and then we're gonna try to move the shifter over a little bit. Probably not this round.
Yeah.
Next time we get inside here. Bleed this, and tomorrow we need to figure out our fuel signal from the PCM.
The weather is so nice here in Florida right now. It's a really cool night. It's somewhere in the 50s, and we wanted to go to the track. However, we just got done with one of our other projects.
4 big projects today.
Yeah, we literally have. We are making great progress on a bunch of different things.
I think we're good to go.
You got to make the noises.
But see, look, I gotta walk
you already
you through
messed
the
up.
process though.
All right, go ahead. I'll just
All right,
let you
so
roll. Go ahead.
Pre-stage. Okay. Get on the brake. Roll in and yank on it. Okay.
That's about right.
Yeah.
About right. That was that was about 4 times too long in first gear, just to be honest here.
I'm new at the Honda thing, but when you come into the end of the track, you got both brakes.
Both brakes?
Both brakes. So, I mean, don't like.
Pretty much all day yesterday, we could not get that brake to work right.
We can't get this brake to work without pushing the brake. So we're obviously doing something wrong, or we were thinking it was the master cylinder, but when you hit it, it's like it needs like some kind of a check valve or something. I don't really know. It had a couple leaks. I think we got them all fixed.
Well, is it soft right now?
Just
Because that
bled
looks
'em.
kind of soft.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't pump the foot brake, it's obviously this is no bueno.
I don't have confidence in this yet.
But I mean, we got brakes. Thing is, when I close the back brakes, the front brakes are there. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. So from this back, something's happening.
Last minute
Steel
preparations.
Lines, we got metal tubing and AN like good brake lines. I mean, there's no flex. There's no.
Yeah, and so we've been bleeding them over and over and over and over again. Are we introducing any air anywhere or something? I mean, what?
I mean, not that I can see. I've been spraying it with brake clean and blowing it off, and.
All right, so that's an ugly
So we
fitting
got
right
our
there. We
line
had to
coming
kind
in
of
here.
deal with that guy. That was just something but there's no visible leak
Right,
anywhere
but-
though, right?
No.
And we had a
Not
leak
here.
yesterday, so we had to change something. I thought that banjo fitting over there was a little bit messed up. Is that the one?
Yeah, Laz had to get a different one.
I thought once we got that, everything was going to be fixed towards
Something
the front.
in this, or it's back feeding somehow.
All right, well, it's going to be a little bit to get used to, but
It's gonna be a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
try.
to get used to, but yeah. So it actually is. You can launch it.
Yeah.
So you just like pre-stage it, pull yourself into the beams with the back with this brake,
Mhm.
and then freaking.
I need to go out and test it before I'm going to go.
Now's actually probably now's a perfect time.
Now?
It's early. People are still sleeping. Now's a good time.
And that never happened. We had a number of other different problems, of which we're about to show you, but as it would be the last day before an event, there's a whole bunch of other shops around here that had LS stuff, and they came by and were like, hey, can you fix this? We got a problem. Everything pushed back, and it is about 9 o'clock, and we're still working here, so stay tuned.
So we want to put this big dog TBSS intake on here. You might be wondering, George, how did you get that 3-bolt throttle body on there, ported by yours truly? I'll tell you how. ICT Billet. Made a phone call. They said, oh yeah, we'll help you dominate that burnout contest,
Dude,
son.
and they've come in clutch so many times for us, like literally overnighting
times.
stuff in.
Yeah,
we didn't know we had this problem.
So
By the
clutch.
way, hold on, we got to cover this for a second here. So this intake was
wrecked.
just totally snarled up. You got
Yeah, I had the
crack after crack
JB
and
weld
JB
some
weld
of it.
for the win right
Got
here.
the doctor on there.
Yeah, dude. It'll work.
But to church this kind of ugly motor up, we also got some other parts.
I said, hey, you guys got some valve cover gaskets? They said, hey, we'll do you one more. Boom.
Those are beautiful.
I said,
Brother.
that's doing me one more. Like, look at that. Oh.
That
Wow,
totally
chicka,
just-
wow, wow.
Things are turning around after blowing it up on the first
For
start.
reals. For reals.
Now,
The
bro.
wave of pity came in.
Fire me up.
Dude, I know. Look at that unit. I'm so excited. A lot of stiff competition out there, but you know what? Ain't scared. You should be.
Yeah. I think we definitely got a top contender coming together here. It's just whether or not you can get her done. So
Yeah, it's tomorrow morning, and it's already this afternoon. So.
And hopefully we got a nitrous kit coming in tonight that's probably going to be last minute. We'll probably be tuning it at the track tomorrow morning.
That's okay.
yeah, you can tune it while you're doing the burnout.
Perfect.
You gotta tune it for the burnout.
Live action.
Wow,
Be in there like the turtle man on the laptop.
All right. Many a last minute preparation. Dude, going through a burnout competition is honestly some of the most stress on a car, dude. It really is. This
really
is,
takes a toll on it.
you know, I had really underestimated how much of a beatdown that is on a car, but judging from our exhaust and how we melted the bumper and how it was just freaking toxic orange under some of this stuff, dude, there's no cooling going on whatsoever. So we're like heavily dependent here on methanol. So we're just checking it, topping it off, making sure everything's good to go. If our intercooler pump took a dump, it would be game over for this Texas Speed 427, dude.
Yeah, and that Maggie, oh my goodness, we shouldn't even talk or think like that.
No, we're not going to think like that. We're going to make sure everything's good.
Make sure that doesn't happen. Best we can.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to go get some water and top off that. Better to have a little bit much on there. Everything else has been really, really good with Sam. So we're going to go take it for a rip. We want to do some drag racing stuff real quick here. And it's readiness for a burnout competition. So we want to do some strip stuff and it's got to do the burnout competition. So last minute preparations here. Let's just check everything else under the hood. Milky oil there. I'm gonna probably see, we're probably gonna need to do an oil change here. These are the ramps that we've had for probably 14 years here. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to Race Ramps. We just got some ramps for our trailer that make it a heck of a lot easier. These things have been awesome. An old Cleeter had to go beat them up, put on a dually that had a car already on it and smushed them all up. Definitely exceeded the weight limit on them, but I love these things. Got all of our other lifts all tied up and everything else, and it's just too much, man. Yeah. We got to go back to the race ramps. All right, so running E85 the way that we run it, oh yeah, that does not look good, man. It looks like the milkshake, and we don't want to have boys in the yard. That's
Tastes like corn.
Ugh.
It's E85.
So E85 has a whole bunch of water in it, and well, there you have it. We have water in our oil, so we really don't want to run that at all whatsoever. We need to change our oil so much more often in doing so. So, good call there.
Good call, boss. Hey, always stealing my thunder.
Get out of here. Get out of here. It's actually really comfortable in the back too.
It's super funny. I think we're missing possibly a
Couple bolts in the
seat
seat.
rail. Yeah. Nothing major.
Well, I just asked if we could take, I wanted to take some veterans for some rides at Cleetus and cars, and they're like, we're gonna pass on that. I was like, dang it, man.
Yeah. That's my whole movement, Pete.
Dude, actually, yeah, I haven't even driven it since we pulled the headliner. I almost like it better. It's weird and ugly, but I like it though.
Oh, you just pulled the skin off?
Yeah, because it was staying outside and we don't have a rear window. And I like the lack of rear window because it keeps it, ventilated.
Yeah, it just blows right out.
Try that being like a parachute. Old ball Regal.
It's so smooth.
I saw him move over. Wow. So guys, if you aren't familiar, this is Chris from Project Prime. He does a lot of awesome stuff. Not just, your whole organization does some freaking awesome stuff. And we're looking forward to getting some footage from Cleetus and cars from these guys. But
It should be a sick event, yeah.
might be a little lean. I might even have to I wish I had my computer. It's in Ben's car right now.
Perfect.
So we'll just go on the big end and we'll try and do like a roll on third gear. We might have to come back and oh, dude, it's lean. It's really lean. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back and throw some major fuel too. Yeah. I'm wondering if my methanol pump is acting stupid or something, but that's why we're testing, make sure everything is good.
Yeah.
We'll come back in a second, try it again. I almost never go without the computer, and I was thinking about it, but it's tied up over on the dyno right now with Ben, so he swapped the throttle body in his car. He went 994 last night, man. We were really excited for him.
Oh, the red one that's on there.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
All right, so we just checked our test button on our alky control right there and checked it back here. The pump is working, okay? The light does come on green. Small problem. There's nothing coming out up here. So we either got a clog in the solenoid or a clog in the filter. So we're gonna pull that off and then try and redo it again. We thought that we fixed this. We took this thing all apart and it worked for a moment here on the bench. Then we went out again, had the same problem again. Turns out it was a solenoid, and the only reason that we have this problem is because we added this solenoid because our meth nozzle is on vacuum. Otherwise it would suck the tank dry. If we were to have it in front of there, then that would not be the case, but we have our mass air there. So it's there for a reason. Unfortunately, these things happen. So you just went and checked it. In fact, I think you should just go take it for a quick little rip yourself and
Say no more.
yeah. While you do that, we got to go check on George here. All right, we got the Moonlight crew here. Calling in all the favors?
Yeah, dude. Cleetus and cars is in a few hours, so.
All right, so we had a
Nothing
major
I used to.
crisis here real quick here. Just run us down.
Major problem. So, lack of paying attention. Put the motor in, got everything bolted up. The trans was kind of hard going together. I'm like, man, it just don't feel right. Been in that position before with the long crank situation. And come to find out, it wouldn't go together. I called Jack Stain. I'm like, dude, what's going on here? I'm like, you think the converter, because on the converter it's got a big weld around it. And he's like, does it got a pilot bearing in it? I'm like, Oh dang, maybe it does. Had to take the trans out. Sure enough, pirate bearing, had to jam it out of there. Thankfully, it came out very easy because sometimes they're a pain in the butt. But got it out, got it in.
ICT billet valve covers on there look sick.
So sick, dude.
Yeah, we just gotta get the acorns up, or maybe we should leave
And
the
we got
acorns.
this stinking 4
Little-
to 3 bolt adapter there. So
we again, so that we can run this later model intake that makes a lot more power on an earlier model
and
engine.
with the ICT billet valve covers, you need custom spark plug wires. They sent me the freaking coil recoil, dude. I've wanted those for so long for the other truck. Now I'm getting all this nice stuff on the dang hand me down.
Let me down.
Well, you know, not for long.
All right, so now hold on, George. We still have more crisis that we have to address here.
More of a crisis, dude.
All right, so this is 9:30 p.m. here.
It's been a pretty long day, but it's gonna be a long night because we overnighted our nitrous kit, and well, it happens all the time. Got delivered to your house instead of the new shop.
Yeah, where the old shop was 3 years ago. So we've been ordering stuff from Nitrous Outlet for a long time. However, little miscommunication.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's going to cost us a little bit of an hour. However, we got plenty of stuff to do here. This is all coming together.
So we had to send the runner man down to Jeremy's house to pick up the nitrous kit. He'll be back in probably about an hour. Dude, when he gets back, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I have to wait, but I can't wait. But I will. I hope it's not the same nitrous kit that we put on the Miata, because it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. It's a nice kit. It's not as complex as what we have on the Miata, but it is a very, very nice kit. And it's going to be something that's also going to be safe. Right.
You don't like plate
Yeah,
kits?
single nozzle. Yep.
So, right in there.
Yep. Guys, we are working hard to make this happen. Well, fellas, we have no other choice but to adapt and overcome. And that is definitely something that is not just car related. And that's why we made this shirt. So check that out at Fasterproms store. We greatly appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Check out some of our hats, t-shirts, lanyards, and stickers. And we have just a few of the Uncle Sam posters left. So get them while you can. I'm going to leave you with a quote here. Sheep need to be fed information and wolves hunt for it. So be the wolf. And I'm leaving you with a song that I know George is going to be listening to. And that is Rooster by Alice in Chains. Hope to see you at Cleetus and Cars. Not, maybe we'll see you Sunday or Monday. It's going to be a long week. It's going to be a long weekend. God bless you guys. See you next episode.
Nice, Joey. You burping? Nasty boy. So big. Oh. Come on, Joey. Come on. Jeez. What are you doing? Ow. Why do you keep jumping on me? Goofball. Hi. What do you guys want? Your breathing is ridiculous. Let's go back this way. Joey.